Hi, guys, and welcome to the very first episode ever of Haddon's Big Balls. This is a podcast where I talk about everything sports that I love, and it is your home for the most non casual casuals takes on everything basketball, football, and hopefully soon to be MLB. Still learning on that one. I'm a new MLB guy, but trying to learn. It's pretty fun. Short little preface. NBA basketball is my number one favorite sport of all time. It's the thing I know the most about. That's what today's episode is going to be about. That's what next episode is going to be about. But football is there at second. That's the one where I'm a casual. All right. Historically, I haven't watched a ton of football. I've only really been watching football for the past couple of years, but I do think my takes have some nuance that a lot of casual enjoyers of these sports do not have, if that makes sense. Um, but with all that being said, let's talk about everything NBA draft. Now, for today's draft recap, um, I'd first like to say today is the 26th of June, and so all that I'm talking about will be in context of that being today's date. And the first thing I want to talk about is round one winners. And I'd like to preface with I haven't seen the most film out of everyone on the planet, so I am not the best person college wise to see who's gonna turn out well. But just based on looking at some of the box scores, the stats, watching a little bit of film, seeing the fit versus the ceiling, seeing other analysts' predictions on how this is going to work out. That's what a lot of this is based on. So I'm creating my own opinion out of other people's opinions, and some of the stuff I do know is true, like is a fact, right? Sip of coffee. I I started drinking my coffee out of a straw to help with my teeth because I don't want to stain my teeth every morning when I'm drinking coffee. But I don't know if it works, to be honest. Delectable. All right. So my round one winner, the first one, is the Wizards and Devonsa. I mean, going to be the number one overall pick is always going to be a win for the player, and I think the Wizards got their guy. I think that from the jump, Devonsa has been a better fit with the Wizards ever since they traded for Trae Young. I think they are good on guards. They have Trae Young, Trae Johnson. I think maybe some depth would be cool, sure, but they can find depth in other areas other than the number one pick with a guy like Darren Peterson, who will need to start by the end of the season. The reason I think Devonsa is just such a good fit is because he's a two-way guy. He's really, really good in the mid range. His ISO skills are pretty advanced for somebody his age and at his level. Um, just really, really excited to see him develop as a more all around scorer, really get to his spots. Like, I think he has a tendency to, in transition, just like make quick reactions, quick plays. And those tend to turn out a lot better than if he's taking a little too much time on the ISO during a half court possession. I think being in the NBA and having better spacing and having better flow is really going to help him to develop this really, really quickly. And I think having guys like him and Keyshawn George and Trey Johnson and Trey Young around him, like that spacing is going to do numbers for him. Because I'm seeing this guy trying to. I'm not saying he is. I'm saying he's trying to score like a prime Kobe in the mid range or a Carmelo, except less telephone booth and more. Oh, ISO Joe. I think that's a good comparison just at this stage of what he's doing. I mean, he's really trying to slow the game down to his level, like to his pace, which I think needs to be just a little bit quicker. Like it's okay to slow the game down to your pace, but if your pace is the full 24 seconds, it's not going to be super efficient. Like it's just not, and your team is going to get less shots because of it. So I'm really interested to see how he speeds up, and I think he will just develop. I mean, from high school through his first year in college, and you saw it all during his college season. Like he's just gotten better and better and better the whole way through. So I think the Wizards and Devonta are big winners here. My second winner, the number two pick, is the Jazz, but not Darren Peterson, and we'll get to that later. But The Jazz, I think, are really, really interesting. I'm really excited to see the Jazz and the Wizards this season, and I thought it would be last season as well, but now they actually have like playoff hopes, like not playing playoff hopes. I mean, if everyone can stay healthy on the Jazz, this should be a top six team in the West, right? Maybe? I don't know. They need a lot of development to happen real quick, and they need their coach to just lock the fuck in. Both of them. Like I see the vision with the Wizards, right? I've seen them tanking, and they tanked really well. I see the Jazz. I see the vision. My light went out. I see the Jazz. I see the vision of them tanking. They did it really well. But now the Jazz have Keontae George, who's going to be there. They have Taylor Hendricks. They have what's bro's name? The power forward. Who's not? I mean, they had Cody Williams, Larry Markkinen, Walker Kessler, who I think Walker Kessler is gonna be out of there. Jaren Jackson Jr. Like they have such a good young core that has become stable enough to like really put forth a good product for the NBA. And I think that's what's going to put them over the edge to be able to like actually go and compete. And I think the missing link in all of this has been a microwave scorer. Like you saw Keontae George start to pop out a little bit. But if you have Darren Peterson there too, like Lowry will have a crazy game where he shoots 80% from the field at least once a season. That's just going to happen. That's a guarantee. But he's not going to do that all season. He'll shoot 38% from three. He'll shoot 50% from the field. And he'll shoot like 82% from the free throw line. That's what he does. He hustles on defense when he can and when he's not hurt. And Walker Kessler is a demon around the rim on defense. So I'm really excited to see how Peterson develops into a full role on a full team because the Jazz are going to need it sooner rather than later. Like if Peterson can really make the jump early, the Jazz are looking like good. My third round one winner is going to be the Grizzlies and Boozer. And I mean, you just get a guy who can reset the culture of the team immediately. Like saw a clip of Cedric Coward interviewing him and he was like, dude, you're the strongest 19-year-old I've ever seen. And he goes, I'm 18. If that doesn't like make you excited, I fear that you don't have enough in this basketball ring. Like I think you need to invest a little more because that gets me hype. Like if I was a Grizzlies fan, that would get me hype. Seeing that this guy is 18 years old, just won the what's it called, the Naismith Trophy, like basically the college MVP, like, and he's now on your team. Super efficient, super mature, plays like an NBA guy, plays like an advanced role player who can also go and get a bucket down low. He's 6'9", like 250 pounds, really smart with the ball, doesn't lead to a lot of turnovers. Just a really good player. Like this is almost a good free agency acquisition, right? Like that's almost how good this guy is already. It's like, oh my god, we're going out and we're gonna pay 20 million for this guy, but instead you're paying like 10. Um, I'm really excited for Cam Boozer. I think he kind of needs to get a more grandiose mentality. Like that's what I'm seeing from him. Is I think he's very let the game speak for itself, which I think is good, and I like that personally. But when you can let the game speak for itself and then speak on it and then back that up with your game, like that's a different level, right? Because you have the only person who's going to motivate you is you. Like people can talk about how he could have dropped as far as 4, like or 5, or like people are going to talk about how he doesn't provide enough upside, but his floor is really good. Like that's what they talked about with Colin Kneppel, and he like blew us out of the water with our expectations. And I think Boozer is going to blow a lot of people out of the water, but he really just needs to like lock in with the fact that that's his goal. Like, what is it that he wants to be, and then go be that. But the Grizzlies, they've been looking for a reset ever since the Jaren Jackson, Dylan Brooks, Desmond Bain core has fallen apart, and they've been slowly getting rid of people. Like, they've been looking for a reset, and Cam Boozer is that. We're gonna jump around in the draft order now, just a little bit. But the Warriors with Yaxel Lenenberg, I think that is a fucking steal for the Warriors. They're looking for some big switchy wings who can play a little bit more down low as well as play on the perimeter. They're looking for a more experienced guy because they have to win now. Sure, they can develop him, but I mean, I think Yaxel's what, 23? Like, they want him to come in and be a player in the rotation immediately. And that's what they got. They got a guy out of Michigan who just won a national championship, one of the most effective guys out of Michigan on that championship team. I mean, I really, really, really think that the Warriors are going to utilize him to his fullest potential. And I think if anyone is going to help get a shot right, I mean, it's the Warriors. We've seen that with plenty of players of where they just go to the Warriors and they just start shooting better. Like we saw that with Andrew Wiggins. He shot like shit before he was on the Warriors. And then he went to the Warriors and now he's shooting well. He shot 40% last season, 41% actually. Like, I think it's going to be really, really interesting to see what happens there. And I think if the Warriors can stay healthy and maybe make a couple more moves, I mean, I think Yaxel is going to be the thing that pushes them over to the edge to get to like maybe the second round. I don't see them making a championship push at this current moment, but I mean, who does? Either way, it's still interesting. I'm still really excited for them. I mean, I think Steph has a good 3 years left at the bare minimum, and I think getting Yaxel is really telling Steph, like, we're here for you to try and push this as far as we can. And the Thunder. Woo! The Thunder get a 7'3" big man out of Michigan who just won a national title and has been endowed by the gods with blessings to be on another championship team to basically go and replace Hardenstein with rim protection and the post game. Dude, can we stop them? Like, can we step in? Like, why are we just letting them get better? I I'm a Mavs fan, and I've hated the Thunder most of my life. But like, I mean, let's move to the Spurs. It's the same thing. They got Jaden Clayton's like in the 20s. Like, that dude is a monster. That dude's a beast, right? Then they get him to pair with Wemby, and Wemby's gonna go space out, and Quaintance is gonna come in, run the low post, and then Wemby's gonna create space for him whenever Wemby rolls. If Quaintance rolls the other way, like if we do a a 45 cut on each side, or like a 45 cut after a back door, like it's just gonna be beautiful. And then a Daymara, it's like we need Chet to step up, right? If I'm a Thunder fan, we need Chet to step up, and a Daymara is gonna put that pressure on him. If we're like, oh, now I really have to perform. And I mean, we saw it in the Spurs series. Like he just shut down. He got blocked once and was like, I'm not shooting the ball again. Like I'm discouraged. I'm down. Like, you can't, if you're getting paid 40 million a year, you can't have that mentality. Like, the Thunder paid you because they're like, we're getting a dog here, right? We're getting a dog here. But if every time you go up against Wemby, who's going to be the guy who you're going to have to beat, like that's the team to beat for the Thunder, you can't function, right? So you got to get the oh my God, you got to get the mentality up. And I think Quaintance is just going to make it that much more difficult. Like, how do you score in the paint against this team? Like, Wemby already has so many hell no shots where people go in, they see him in the paint, and they're like, hell no, and they Nash dribble away, scared with their tail between their legs. Like, this team is going to be ridiculously dominant. And they also got Reed Jr. What's this dude's first name? He's a right, Terrace Reed Jr., who, this dude is just he's a big man. That's what he is. He's big for the sake of being big, and he's a man for the sake of being a man. No, this guy just dominates. I mean, I'm looking at his listed height and weight right now, and I'm quivering a little bit. 6'11", 265. I mean, holy shit. I mean, they are clearly trying to get the fuck out with Cornette and get someone else in who can do a similar role but better. And I think getting some youth in there is actually going to help them out a lot because these guys have a lot to prove. They want to win. They're dogs, and I mean, they're more than willing to go down there and get down and dirty, right? So I think it's a huge pickup for the Spurs, huge pickup for Michigan. I just said huge pickup for Michigan. I meant the Thunder, the Michigan Thunder. Anyways, I think the Lakers went with Cam Carr, just getting that big athletic wing. I mean, they clearly needed some like spark on offense where you have someone who can like really just take over a game. And I think Cam Carr isn't that, but can be that. And I think having him play with Luca, I mean, that man will jump out the gym. So I think that fit is just phenomenal more than anything. Then the Hawks get Kingston Flemings and Zuby Ejiofor. I hope that I'm saying those names right. Like, I think that's an incredible push forward. I mean, they clearly need guard help ever since trading Trey. And Zuby, they need wing depth, right? They have their starting core. They have the basis for what they want. They took, who was it, the Knicks to 6 or something? 5? I don't know. They battled with the Knicks or the Cavs or whoever they played. I keep forgetting. But that's a real team. That's not like the Hornets where it was like, oh my God, they're so young. This is crazy. That's a real team. Like I personally would be scared. I mean, you got you got Jalen Johnson, who's gonna be a perennial all-star for years to come. I think that getting these young guys in, getting Kingston Flemings in, who a lot of people are really high on. I don't know exactly how high I am on him, but I think that's going to be a good transition into the now and fitting this new team up with some brand new toys, you know? And then finally, I have my biggest round one winner, which is the Chicago Bulls with drafting Caleb Wilson and Dalen Swain. I mean, the Caleb Wilson pick like screams steal of the draft at pick 4 in my personal opinion. Like I think Caleb Wilson, if he gets a jumper, it's the end of the league. Um, I'm being dramatic, but for real, like this guy can score on both of the other levels with incredible efficiency, insane athleticism, good touch around the rim and in the mid range. I mean, he can shoot over anyone because he's 6'10 with a 7-foot wingspan. Like, this guy is going to be a problem and a mismatch nightmare. And that's without even mentioning the defensive side of it, where it's like he's just like if Patrick Williams was like a good basketball player. And the Bulls need that. The Bulls needed what Patrick Williams should have been. And I think that's what Caleb Wilson is going to be. Like, I think Caleb is going to provide a breath of fresh air and some more lineup diversity that is really necessary for that team to succeed. And then on top of that, you go get a twitchy two guard who like thrives on the defensive end and get down low and get some buckets near the rim. Not the greatest shooter either, but is really gonna like put that effort in with Dalen Swain. And as a UT guy, I'm going to UT. I've seen this guy play. I see clips all the time. I mean, he can take over games late in the fourth, second half, whatever you want to say. Like late in the game, he switches on. He loves to come back and win. He loves to shoot the last shot of the game. He loves to go for game winners. He loves to make you feel embarrassed. He loves to show you that he was going to win the whole time, right? And you need these guys with this mentality. I don't think anyone on the Bulls has that mentality, and I think that's an issue. I think that's something that they really need to address, and I think they did by getting these two guys. Okay, round one losers. First off, Darren Peterson. He bet on himself. That's fine. He went and visited only the Wizards. That's weird. He has this weird, like, aura farming relationship with the NBA where he's kind of gambling on this, which, like, hey, man, bet on yourself. Bet on yourself. I get that. I get you want to show everyone that you really think you are the best player in this draft, and only time will tell. Like, up until the last month or so, like, everyone was saying it was a coin flip, and then suddenly everyone changed their minds, and the Wizards were going number one with Devonta. Probably because the Wizards were so vocal about it. And I think that's what makes it look a little weird. It's bad optics if you're a Jazz fan, because it feels like he's like you're his consolation prize almost. But I mean, you're getting a dog. If you're a Jazz fan, you're getting a dog. You're getting a top 3 player in this draft. Like, that's never going to be a question. In a stacked draft, by the way. You're getting a scorer who's going to try on defense, and he's really, really leaning into this point guard role that he says he wants to acquire. So I really think you are getting this guy who is going to raise both your floor and your ceiling, but the aura gamble was for naught. My second loser is mostly a joke, and it's Darius Acuff. Just because he's in King's Hell. I mean, I think realistically, this is a team that is entirely empty, and there's no one there to really like take away the shine from him. But my fear with this is that it's gonna end up being a situation where kind of like Boogie, where he is the only guy doing that on the team, and the team refuses to build around him because it's the Kings. So either Acuff explodes and the team helps him out, or Acuff explodes and then he's forced to leave because it's the Kings. That's kind of why I said he's a loser in this round, just because it's the Kings, man. Another loser, the Bucks, because I'm a little confused on why they drafted another guard with a now roster of guards. But that makes me think that maybe someone is on the move, or if they're going to try something really weird, small ball lineup with like 3 guys who are 6'5" and under, 1 through 3. But I don't see them doing that. I don't see how that works for the scheme that they've been using. Um, they just came into a lot of guards, and I'll be talking about that big move in the offseason in another video, which hopefully will be out right now. If not, it'll be out tomorrow. But I think drafting Nate Ahmet was really good. I think they needed that wing depth. I think they really, really did. But, like, good golly, you have so much young talent. You have so many guards. You just have a guy who's like top 3 in most improved player votings, and if not, he should have been, in Ryan Rollins. And you have all these other guys who you just came into that are guards. Like, I don't super see the pertinence in going and getting another one. No, like, I know a lot of people say to not always draft on fit, but I think when it's this bad of a fit problem, you don't do it. I mean, we just saw the Sixers, which I think this was a bad move objectively, but the Sixers just traded Jared McCain away because they had too many small guards, right? We see that all the time. Like, we see worries about that come up every which way, and I'm just really worried that the Bucks are going to keep all of this young guard talent and just try and figure out how to play them all, which is not going to work. Next up, I have my round 1 gambles, and this is just people who are taking a shot. And me personally, as a fan of basketball and a fan of a team that's been rebuilding for a while, and then they were really good, and now they're rebuilding again, the Mavs. I am a really big fan of when my team takes a shot. Like when we got Dusty May, when we got Masai Ujiri as our general manager. I really think that taking a shot is a hell of a lot better than taking the safe option when it comes to the early stages of a rebuild, right? And I think when you have as much talent as you have as the Mavs, taking shots like this, which by the way, they're my first gamble, is really important. So they draft a big athletic big man who guards 1 through 5, which in Mo Johnson, who I'm coming around to the pick. I thought we needed some guard help, or at least some shooting help, because the shot creation just isn't there. without Kyrie. Like, it's just not. I expect Coop to take the leap. Najee Marshall is Najee Marshall. I think B Will is gone. I think he's going to ask for too much money. I would love it if he stayed. Kyrie's going to come back. He provides a lot of shooting. That's great. Who do we have other than him who can be that third option? Because I think Coop's going to move into that second option role. Who's going to be that third option? Who's going to be the option off the bench to like come in and just drop 20? Like we have two guys on our roster who are going to drop 20. Klay Thompson is a billion years old. He stunk this season. Ever since he's gotten in the Mavs, he's stunk. Whenever we traded for him, I said he's going to stink. He's getting old, so his defense isn't as good. His shooting, I know, is going to deteriorate because the quality of shot he's going to get on the Mavs, on a team that just traded Luka, is going to be a hell of a lot worse than the shot quality you have playing alongside Steph Curry. Like, the gravity that Steph Curry has is just so much greater than a team with no shooters. So it's just going to be so difficult for him to get to that catch and shoot, run to the ball, grab it, pull up game, and he's just looked terrible. Like, I don't know what his stats say, because I'm sure they say he's like a 40% three-point shoot. Like, he's been awful. As a guy who's watched at least like half of the Mavs games, like, he's been awful. Okay? And we need a replacement for him at that 2 guard. Or 1 guard. Move Kyrie to the 2. He's played that before. I think that getting Mo Johnson, which I think it's a good pick. Dusty Magus is a guy, and this is like a beast. Like, this guy's a dog. I'm not trying to shit on him because I thought we should have picked someone else. Like, he's a dog. He's great. He's 250, 6'9", was like 4th or 5th in the lane agility drill. Like, if you can move like that, seeing some of the clips of him against Duke, like, if you can move like that at that size and still be so dominant on defense and near the rim and offense, like, I think the one question mark is his jumper, as do a lot of other people. But Dusty Mays says that he will shoot at the NBA level, which I'm a big fan of, letting him just go out and just like take 6 threes a game and make 1. Like, let's do it. Let's let him develop that, right? But all this to say, Gafford is being moved as soon as possible, right? That's what I'm seeing from this situation that's developing. Is I think the Mavs want cap space. I think they have too many bigs. I think they bring back Bagley on a cheap veteran minimum contract, maybe a little bit more, and bring him in. Same age as Gafford, a lot less money, a lot less security, sure, but you just drafted another big man who's going to fill the same role that Gafford did, same size, moves better, more upside. Like, I think you keep Derek Lively, even with the injury history, which has really, really sucked, but I think he provides way too much upside when he is there to just give him up this early. I think if we really work into our system a way for him to stay healthy and to not hurt that foot again, I think that it's going to look like a really good move to draft Mo Johnson, trade Daniel Gafford. And I think trading for Sergio De La Rea, and Big V is what I'm going to call him, Zevalod? I don't know. Like, I think trading for those two, I think they're great shots. I think going and trying to get these proven European guards is great. Like, I like that shot a lot. I'm calling that dude Big V from now on. But yeah, that's my first round 1 gamble with the Mavs. I think it's a great gamble if they move Gafford. If not, I think it's for naught. Favorite, like, phrase of the day, by the way. I think it's for naught. A little weird. Second big gamble is the Clippers. They're betting that Keaton Wagler is going to be the best guard in the draft. They're betting he's going to be the best guard in the draft. That's above Darius Acuff. That's above LeBaron Filan. That's above Michael Brown Jr. That's above what's his name? Kings Flemings. That's above a whole lot of guys. Christian Anderson Jr. Like, I personally think that Acuff and Brown will outperform Wagler. Like, I think that's going to make this look like a really bad pick. But I kind of understand wanting to go and get the guy who maybe kind of can replace Darius Garland when he comes to the bench. Like, I think what they're going to do is they're going to take Wagler, have him come off the bench, be a super six man, and just run the bench offense. Like, I think that's their goal here. But I don't really see it coming to a point where, like, because I think Michael Brown Jr. could do that better. So I'm really interested to see how this turns out. I think it's a simpler bet than the Mavs or my next one, but it's really interesting to see what's going to come out of this. And my final round one gamble is going to be the Hornets. I would say the New Orleans Hornets, the Charlotte Hornets. They're betting that Steinbach and Christian Anderson Jr. will be enough for the Hornets to make another jump this year, and that this might allow for some salary cuts to make a huge splash in free agency, which I don't know if it will. I don't think this is the free agency to make some salary cuts. I don't know if this is like the time to go all in on these guys that are clearly your guys and your guys alone. Like Steinbach is he's great. Anderson Jr. he's great. But I just don't see, like, me personally, if I was the Hornets GM, I would see if I could trade up. I would see if I could compile my picks and just trade up to get like a near lottery pick, maybe even a lottery pick. And I mean, go get a point guard, especially with the developments that are happening right now or just happened. Like, I'm really interested to see how these guys develop into the scheme. I think they need a lot more guard play than they do wing play. So Steinbeck is a little interesting, but I think they're going to run Brandon Miller at the 2 guard. I think that's going to happen. I think Concanepel's going to run the 3. I think maybe now Steinbach, instead of Miles Bridges, the man who beats his wife and threw pool balls at her. Like, I think that's going to be the rotation, which I kind of do like Steinbach in that, especially with the spacing that's created there. But I'm really, really interested to see how the rotation and how the coaching manifests that. I think that if the Hornets don't take another jump this year, they got to rethink a lot of things. They got to rethink coaching. They got to rethink how the roster is constructed and see if they can construct a better one. I think Big Moose is incredible. I think Khan is really solid. I think Brandon Miller is an all-star. Like, I think these guys are really good. But in that same vein, like, I don't know how much higher this current roster can jump. So I'm really excited for free agency, because if they do make a splash that maybe I wasn't expecting, maybe you weren't expecting, in a way that is really interesting, that's a shot, like, I like that. I like that instead of being more conservative. It's like, instead of going to get Campaign, who can be on his 50th team, which I think he's been on the Hornets before. I assume he's been on every team. I think going out and getting somebody who's like, hey, like Brandon Williams, like going out and getting someone who is going to make a big difference if they do show that upside that you see in them, you know? So I'm really interested to see what the Hornets do as well. Then moving on to our last segment of the day. I know this is running a little long. The second rounders that matter. And again, this is all just my opinion. But I think Isaiah Evans is interesting. I mean, he's a twitchy guard out of Duke. Like, the name recognition is there. Had some struggles offensively, but from what I have seen in the film, like, I'm pretty sure he's a decent defender. Like, not anything too crazy, but I'm pretty sure he's pretty decent. He could shoot the ball at an interesting clip, like, and nothing too crazy. Again, haven't watched too much film. This is just my base opinion. I've been really high on Braden Smith. I've been super high on Braden Smith. I've been unbelievably high on Braden Smith. And I actually think him going to the Pacers is going to work out great for them. I think they're going to actually use him. I think they're going to utilize his skills. I get the small guard difficulty. I get that being a problem. But especially for a team who originally drafted him like the Bulls, or for this Pacers team who plays a little big, with a guy like Zoo, who I think would make Braden Smith look a lot better, and I think he's gonna learn a lot from Hallie. Like I think it's gonna work out, man. I get he's a little on the short side. I get that, but he's crafty with his defense. He's incredible around the rim. His decision making is at a veteran level. His passing chops are incredible. Like I really think he's going to be really, really solid for whatever team like really sticks with him. Henry Visar will be a part of Atlanta's rotation of big men. Like that's going to happen. I'm surprised he fell past pick 40. Like I could see him in the late 20s, early 30s. Like that's kind of where I saw him going. This guy is what, like 7'2", 7'3", will dunk on anyone, like erases shots at the rim. He's going to be this team's Clint Capella with some youth, right? Because Capella's getting old, he's injured. Okongwu coming into that shot might be able to run the 4, or Visar comes in for him in their off their bench. You can run a big lineup with both of them, with Double O and Visar, or you can run Visar while Okongwu's resting. And I think this is going to be a really, really, really cool thing to watch come to fruition. I think if Trae Young was there, this would be an even bigger deal. But I think Jalen Johnson has enough passing chops for the dump off Yam to just go ridiculously crazy. Really excited to see this guy, and I'm really interested to see if people passing up on him was like valid in any way. Like if this doesn't work out to be like him being a huge part of this rotation, I I feel like these other teams will feel vindicated. Like they were right in their decision to pass up on this guy. So I'm just really interested on how this plays out and how the rest of the draft plays out too. I already miss basketball. It's been like a week and a half. I'm sad. Okay, guys, that's all I have for today. I really hope you enjoyed. Follow, subscribe, like the video, share it with your friends, share it with your mom, share it with your dad, share it with your parent. I was gonna say parentals, but I meant one. Siblings, anyone, share it with. Uh, no, but if you enjoyed it, let me know. Let me know what else you want to hear me talk about. And there should be another video up on my page, if not right now, coming in soon. See you guys next time. Peace.